So if sometimes you feel that you don't know whether it's coming from your head or your heart, just think of it this way. It can be a good thing. Aren't you so tired of people telling you to follow your heart, follow your heart? Yeah, everyone knows that we should follow our heart, but how? How is the real question, not whether to follow your heart or not. It's like cultivating any relationship. But the problem is that we're too visual oriented. We're too hardwired to look at ourselves externally, like the way we look, how we behave, what we do for work, how we dress, what kind of things that we do. It's all in the material world. And because we've become so used to seeing ourselves from the outside, that it becomes increasingly hard to look at something more abstract, like our soul, like something that is you, that has nothing to do with the external world, it has nothing to do with how you look, how you dress, and how you behave and what you do. And that is incredibly hard when, it was easy when we were kids. We would have grasped the concept so easily as kids, but as we grow up, we begin to put more and more importance on the external. So I just realized that there's a rip in the cushion. Okay, where was I? So we have to start from scratch and start cultivating this relationship with ourselves. Now, obviously, it's very hard because who are we? Who am I? It's very abstract. You can't put a finger on it. It's something you can't see or hear. It's only something that you can feel. But it helps to take something as a bridge. Like, for example, some people have deities. Some people pray to statues and paintings. I think that is a very good bridge. As long as we don't see them as, the ultimate form of spirituality, don't continue seeing them as something external to us. When we pray to a statue or a painting, as long as we don't see that as our God, as long as we see them as just a bridge, because most of us need something external to look up to. But you see, they are us and we are them, we're one. So when we pray to something external, we're actually cultivating a relationship with ourselves. And this relationship takes time. See, the more you talk to, the more you have conversations with this thing, the more you understand each other, the easier it becomes to be completely honest. One of the things that people kept telling me was that when you want something, you can't even have a tiny amount of doubt. That really scared me. I was mortified every time I had a small amount of doubt. But that's unavoidable. We'll always have doubts. So what I say is, when I pray to my angels, I say, you know what? I have doubts. I don't like it, but to be honest, I have doubts. Look, this is where I want to go. This is what I want. So please help me. Please help me erase those doubts or minimize them. I can't help it. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I have doubts. So it's okay to have doubts, Don't beat yourself up. Don't listen to people who say that you cannot have a single amount of doubt. You can. Just be honest and tell the angels to help you. So that's what I tell them. I say, I have doubts. Help me erase them. This is what I want. I am sure that this is what I want for now. And you find that these conversations become easier and easier, and you find that you're cultivating a really deep, meaningful relationship. And you may not realize that you are cultivating a relationship with yourself. I think being honest with ourselves is everything. The moment we admit to our flaws, our shortcomings, that's the beginning of self-acceptance. That's the beginning of self-love, because you have enough courage to admit it. And that's the beginning of self-respect. I used to take the spirituality thing so seriously, and I'd freak out every time I had a tiny amount of doubt. But one day I just told my angels, I just said, just help me. And sometimes when I have no idea what to do, sometimes I just don't know what to do, I tell them, tell me what to do. I will get out of your way. I will get out of my own way. Just take my hand and lead me. This is what I want. I think you have to tell them what you want, but you don't have to be 100% sure that that's what you want forever. Nothing is forever. As long as you're sure that's what you want for now, it's good enough. Good enough is good enough. I feel that, the process of integration is easier when we begin with separate entities, like our heart, our head, the angels or God or universe, or whatever deity that you pray to, whatever statue or painting that you pray to. I think it's easier to start with that separation first. And because it's a process, the more you pray, the more conversations you have with them, you find that for as long as you don't continue to see them as separate entities, you'll find that things begin to integrate. And we're all one. You, your heart, your head, your soul, your spirit, your angels, they're all one. And so sometimes when you think, I don't know where these thoughts come from, whether they're from my head or my heart, it can be a good thing, because it means that your head and your heart are working together. They are integrated, but only you will know that. I'm just sharing my process, which I just found much easier to separate them and then integrate them, simply because we live in a world of where everything is separated. We're separated from each other. We don't see everything as one. We don't see everything as connected. So that's why I find it helpful to start there, instead of going straight to aiming for integration. What is there to integrate when you don't have the separate parts to integrate? You know what I'm saying? So if sometimes you feel that you don't know whether it's coming from your head or your heart, just think of it this way. It can be a good thing.